Hello everyone, friends. You're on the Fire Food channel, and now I'm going to show you an awesome recipe for fermented, non-marinated pickled peppers. It's so delicious, and in winter you'll be eating such a treat, you'll be amazed. Let's get started so I don't take up your time. Let's add the ingredients now and I'll explain them. Black peppercorns, I have 2 teaspoons here. I'm putting them straight into the bucket. Allspice, 1 teaspoon. Well, that's about 20 to 25 pieces, I didn't count. Just tossed in a spoonful, that's it. Bay leaves, about 10 pieces. The more spices you use, the tastier the garlic will be. Here we have about 2 heads. If you really like garlic, use more. If you don't like it that much, you can just use 1 head, but it's really delicious. Trust me, dill, a good bunch of dill. If you have your own house and grow dill, you can add the dill flowers with seeds. They're even more aromatic. Add about 4 or 5 of them, and it'll be amazing. I have as many as 50 cherry leaves here. Pepper has a tendency to get a bit soft during fermentation. The more aromatic herbs like these you add, cherry leaves, horseradish, those that contain tannins, the firmer your peppers will be, and the more likely everything will turn out great, plus cherry leaves. Guys, this is an amazing note. What is this? Is it pickling? Is it fermenting? Well, pickling is one type of fermenting. So you can make fermented tea from cherry leaves, and they're super aromatic. If you want to catch that aroma of fermented tea, just to understand what it smells like, just take about 10 cherry leaves like this, fold them like this. Put them in a bag and throw them in the freezer, wait a day, then take them out and rub them like this. Their scent will totally change and be incredible. You can't imagine the aroma, so just try it. That's why cherry leaves are the best thing for this kind of stuff. Damn, horseradish, you can't do without it, you just can't. How much should you add? As much as possible, the more, the better. You could use a knife, but this tool is more convenient and helps release more aroma by chopping it finer. I have about 7 horseradish leaves here. If you find even more, that's great. I just gathered as much as I could, and now I'm chopping it up like this so it releases its flavor a bit better. All the aromas go in there as well. Yeah, lots of greens. Someone joked about it. And the tomatoes, by the way, were really great. If you still have time to close it up, here's a tip. They say you use so many herbs, there's no room for tomato. But plenty of tomatoes fit, and this way they're tasty, not bland like some people's. Hot pepper is optional, but of course it's better if you have it. We pierce it, and I throw it in here. Well, you can see for yourself how many I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and honestly that's not even enough for me. But again, that's a personal preference. Be sure to pierce it in a couple of places. Sweet pepper. I have 2 types, this and this. What I want to say is, I've noticed that thin-walled peppers ferment better. There's a higher chance that the thick, meaty ones will fall apart. I'm not sure why or what it's related to. Well, maybe the variety isn't suitable, but that's how it is. I have 2 types here, this one and this one. What I do is I poke a hole. Look, you need to poke it somewhere around here, not where the seeds are, but better at the beginning. The brine will get in there anyway. Why do I do this? At the beginning? I'll tell you, it's so that when you take it out of the barrel later, you see it will be salted there. Bite off a piece and then, like from a shot glass, drink the brine from it. The brine is so tasty. But if you make holes at the bottom, it will just pour out onto your plate, and that's it. But this way, it's a really cool thing for me. Sweet pepper is in first place. It's my favorite among all the pickled ones. I just love it. In second place are green tomatoes. We just try them all like this. And we throw the pepper in here. This won't take much time at all. It's all easy to do, but in winter you'll be eating something tasty and healthy. Why? Because fermentation, that is souring, is very good for your intestines and stomach. We've put everything together. Now we make the brine. The brine is standard for things like this. 2 tablespoons of salt per liter of water. I don't overthink it, as I always say. I just take it like this, and that's it. 2, that's it. However it turns out, We break it up and pour it in completely so that it covers everything. Guys, you see it started to float. The pepper, there's air inside, so it floats. That's why we'll have to press it down with something. Then we take a cloth and put it in like this. Why do we need the cloth? If it sits too long, mold will form on top. And then you'll take this cloth, well, this is still fermentation. And then you'll take this cloth and wash it. All the mold will be on the cloth, and that's it. I take a plate like this, press it down and check. That is, it needs to be completely submerged. Add some water and brine. Now comes an important moment. That's it. Look, I'm pressing the plate down and now it's completely submerged. At this stage, you can cover it like this. Or if you have a barrel, you can use some kind of weight to press it down. But an important point, guys, is that this is pepper and it's hollow inside. It's not a tomato. The brine will start to go into the pepper, into the empty spaces. The air will come out of the pepper and there will be less brine. That's why I'm not doing anything for now. We put this in the cellar and tomorrow I'll come and add more. Or maybe I'll come in the evening and add more brine because the brine will keep going down anyway. It's just that, well, if someone is doing this for the first time, they might not know about this. They'll leave it, forget about it, and everything will seem fine. But there won't be enough brine, and all the peppers on top will spoil. We definitely don't need that. Another key point is, how do you store it without a cellar? I don't have a cellar. Everything I had was destroyed. If you see me opening a jar in a video, it's because I'm saving for a new home. Hopefully things will work out. If you want to help, great. If not, just enjoy the video. So, another important point is how to store things without a cellar. I don't have one. How do I store things? I have a small shed here. I put it in there and it's dark and cool inside. I let it sit there and when it gets below 0, it's cold in the shed. I just bring it into the house during that period and put it somewhere cool. The main thing is that it's not too hot and not too cold. Ideally, if you have a cellar, you can store everything there and enjoy great tasting food in winter. That's it, guys. So for those who liked the video, thank you all. Special thanks to the sponsors and also a big thank you to everyone who helps out. Well, I think we've already covered the topic of fermentation because the time has passed. If you're interested, I'll make another fermentation recipe, but be sure to leave a comment about it. It's called the Jar of Health. It's a mix like that, which can easily stay in your fridge, and you'll be eating it all winter long, and it's very healthy. If you're interested, I'll check the comments. Thanks and goodbye.